as we head into the first round in a second. Just resetting everything, making sure it's all working. Server's good to go.
Yeah,
Apparently, we're watching DarkSided versus DarkSided. That's a thing.
Yep. Yeah, well, it means they can't lose and they can't win.
No, they can win and they can't lose.
We're going to be here forever.
We are. This is going to be an infinite game. Hope not. Anyway, let's go, ladies and gentlemen, into the pistol round. So 5 sets of armor on the SkyFire team. Meanwhile,
which is the CT. SkyFire's the CT.
Oh,
over
okay,
here.
Ren. Very quick early frag, and I believe that was over on the A-bomb side. But here comes the 4-man push, I believe, from the terrorist side over to B. Didn't check the corner, as you mentioned, but they still are now only down by 1 man, which is surprising, seeing that they lost that early man. Ren so low now on 2 HP, and he's got Texter and Sync to go up against Texter. He's already found 2 kills. Wonder if he can't find 3 more to get that pistol ace. That would be something special, but no. Echo deletes his face, says bye-bye. And then finally, Ren will go down to Sync. He's got 2 more players to find. One was a lot closer than he expected. That was Echo. So it's going to be SkyFire winning the first round here. And they're going to be able to pick up some SMGs, maybe a rifle if they so desire. Well, 2 rifles. They're going to get 2 for Masters, 3 SMGs there, 3 UMPs to be specific. As we go into the first anti-eco. DarkSided opting not to force up in any way, shape, or form, even without that bomb plan.
P250s, but Ren picks up the first one with that Famous. Ren picks up another one.
Oh,
and
can't find the third, but Zeph will.
No, Zeph manages.
Flix now last alive. He'll get absolutely destroyed by a nade, and then some bullets from Zeph, just to make sure he's not hiding somewhere. That's going to be SkyFire picking up the second round as well. So a good start for them, potentially getting this third if they're so lucky. And it's going to be now that DarkSided choose to force up. A very interesting way to manage the first 3 rounds. A little bit surprising, not going to lie, but that's what they've chosen to do. And next round they should be fine to get AKs. But I'm not too sure how that will work with this third round force buy. It's not often that you see teams choose to do that.
Yeah, well, you'd need that bomb plan in there as well to...
Which they haven't got so far.
No, so they're going to Tech 9 push. Zeph's going for your baby your baby AWP there. Ren 1's down. Hilly picking up 1. He's found some good spots. But Flix and Sync going to pick up frags as well. And it's a 3 versus 5. Did Sync just shoot Flix a little bit there?
I think he may have, but this 3 versus 2 is favouring DarkSided. Texter, he's going to find one on Squishy, and now it's just the COD gun going up against 3 players. Don't know why he picked up the AUG, but
I like the AUG. I like it much more than the Scout.
I don't like either of them personally.
Well,
he doesn't even know where the bomb is, so Zeph, you failed at that one. Find some kills at least. Can't even do that, so the force buy works out in DarkSide's favour.
Didn't even bother with the scope.
No. Not even once.
They didn't bother with the scope. And DarkSided, they don't need to force in round number 3 because they'll come away with the victory anyway, and they will steal that AUG and that Famous there. So Texter and Flix benefiting. They've brought up AKs, and now DarkSided are pretty much forced in. Zeph, only a Deagle. Flashed, everyone's flashed.
This AWP could be useful if Ren can find some frags with it, but so far he's missing absolutely everything. He gets, oh my lord, Texter with the headshot with the Famous from that long a range. Now it's a 2 versus 2, 2 rifles versus 2 rifles, but the defense for the CTs is split up. And that's going to be Squishy, the man who was sort of camping on the bomb, taken out of action. Meanwhile, it's going to be up to Sync to try and get the kill onto Pilly, but Pilly's going to find him instead. Or sorry, find Flix instead. Sync though, he can go up and get that bomb, and he's got a whole minute to decide what he wants to do with it. And it looks like he's going to opt for that B bomb site. Pilly, he might be tricked into going and checking A.
Yep, they'll play Ring Around the Rosie, around the world style.
I'd sort of be intrigued and happy if Sync decided to go through market to A and Pilly went all the way around to short and went to B again. That would have been some insane next
level
level outplay.
You know what? Oh, he is
going
moving that
short.
way, but
It would have been next level,
Sink's
man.
going to pick up behind bench.
He dropped an M4 for an AUG. Pilly, where is your brain at right now? At least use the scope so you can see what you're doing. Sink not popping his head out, though, so he hasn't given anything away. Pilly, he's got no idea. Going for nades into apps, touches the bomb, turns the wrong way. And that's going to be Sink finding the frag in the end there. Interesting that he checked apps, because that wasn't really specifically an apps plant. That was more of a short plant, or bench for that matter. And bench is going to be where where's Sing. So
yeah, that's a very good point there. Bomb was flashing away, but I don't know, double fake.
This stack though, this could be the perfect stack. There's two players pushing with Palace.
That is
one of them with the bomb and one from A main.
They've read it well, or they've guessed well.
I think they've guessed well. Honestly, let's be real here. When do you ever read this sort of play well? When you're on a full eco, you sort of opt for just a stack.
Teams are going for clairvoyance these days. Sink picking up echo. See that through the wall as well. They're just sensing. Although that was DarkSided. Flicks picks up one. Sink with two here, and now Pilly's the only one left with a deagle.
1 versus 5, easy for Pilly.
Easy, bang bang bang.
Yeah,
bang,
he needs 5 bullets. And
there's
one of them is going to go into the head of Badger. Can't find the second, though. So he started off all right, but, came to the second player. He's like, oh, I forgot how to deagle, man. I don't know how to do it.
No, you've got to hit him in the head. The heads aren't huge.
No.
In this game, they're not like bulbous walking around with ridiculously large heads. They're generally to scale. So it's not going to assist too much there, but DarkSided, they dropped the first two, picked up the third with an anti-eco victory. And now they've continued on from here. DarkSided now pushing the B apps onto the B site. Sink. Just played by the truck. Squishy 2, Pilly 1, Sink. There's just trades everywhere. And Team SkyFire, yeah, they pick up their third round here, so they're tied up at 3 apiece. DarkSided have the money to buy here, and will, rightfully so.
8 kills on Sink, though, to start things off. A good performance from him off the rip. Meanwhile, Squishy and Pilly are both on 5. Texter has 6.
Only 1 for Badger. Poor Badger.
Badger needs the AWP, man.
Yeah, definitely. He is the team's AWPer.
See if he doesn't get that in future rounds here, but it feels like both teams really don't have that great of an economy. Neither team picking up an AWP in this round, just a couple of rifles, or everyone's got rifles at this point. But a lot of nades and smokes and everything going down towards this A-bomb side, so we'll see whether or not this is where they decide to execute. 2 players are pushing from unders to connector from this terrorist side of DarkSided. They're watching short, but that's enough. Pilly, all he needed was a quick second to spot out the kill onto Texter. Zeph in a very good position to find the player coming out of Palace, but he will get traded down by Badger. Finally finding another frag. Sink, though, is also going to fall, and Squishy, he comes in for one of his own. So it's all up to Badger, the man who's had very few kills so far in this game. He's going to back down, though. 33 HP against 4 players. Admittedly, 2 are on 5 HP if you can find them, but it's going to be unlikely. First person he's going to go up against should have been Pilly, but no, Ren decided, hey, I'm just going to waste my life potentially here and find that frag, and he does. So that's going to reset the economy for DarkSided. They're in a sticky situation now, and SkyFire with 2 in a row.
Pilly's purchased an AWP for his teammate there in Ran. It's it's going to be very good against Tech 9s and a P250, which DarkSided are on here. Only a flash and a smoke to work with. Team SkyFire, they've got quite a bit more utility. Not hard to be a higher than 2, but Jig Stacy's down to 14. They're looking fantastic. They do want to push through the apps here. They'll push through the smoke. And Squishy, he's got it all to do now. Picks up 1. You grab another one, picks up 2. And Flicks will finally take out Squishy. Ren got one along the way, but DarkSided They've only got 2 players left here. Make that one. Dick Stacey onto 14. He doesn't have the bomb. It's nowhere near him. And SkyFire can just wait this out as Stacey will try to push on and get taken out for doing so. 5-3 to SkyFire here. Is this one of DarkSided's slumps, or is Team SkyFire actually just storming their way to a potential victory here? DarkSided have been able to buy up now for the AKs and full armor. Team SkyFire, they've definitely got the cash. We'll see if DarkSided can start bringing this back, or if Team SkyFire can keep mounting on this lead.
So, oh, pardon me, so far, SkyFire looking equal, I'd have to say, to DarkSided. And, you know, no standout play from anyone on either team per se. Squishy's been pretty good at holding down that B bomb site, though.
I'm going for Pilly as my #1 player in this map so far. He's just been getting those first picks. He's been hiding himself.
Definitely entry fragging all over the place.
Yeah, he's been hiding himself in places, getting 1 to 2, and it's really set the tone for him.
I feel like at this point, SkyFire, if they can get the rest of their teammates, you know, on point, on the same level, all working together as a unit, they could definitely take this to DarkSided at an even higher level. I feel like at this point, it's pretty even. DarkSided, you know, at some point, or you at least hope at some point, they're going to get back on their grind, back in their regular form there. So far, not the case, however. SkyFire has really been outclassing them for the most part, but that kill from Badger onto Ren is one hell of a shot through that smoke. Def, though, he's going to trade that one out onto Sync. So with that bomb down, it's going to be a bit awkward. SkyFire can still do this here, but with Texter getting frags like that, it's going to be so much harder. And a second headshot, and he's going to find the 3rd headshot in a row on the turn on there. Texter, that's what we expect from the man. I said I was waiting for him to turn up, and he just did. As soon as I said it, man, I like that. All right, Texter, I know you can't hear me, but
well, welcome back, Texter. He is top fragging. He's got 9.
Yeah.
He's not on the server. Pilly and Squishy both have 9 each, as we were saying. They're doing quite well for SkyFire, but Texter's bringing it back. He's been getting the kills, but he hasn't been able to influence too much because these teammates really haven't been backing him up. But that time, we just do it on his own. Echo and Zeph get Big Stacey and Texter. Now DarkSided trade back. Flicks, yeah, he's got the 2. That's
very handy, but the bomb is in no man's land in the middle of mid. Flash is consistently ran, though, so low. Badger's going to find that one, reduce it to a 2v2, but the CTs have control over that bomb pretty much, and Echo's going to get Badger as well. So Flicks last alive. He's revealed his position with that smoke, basically. And he's going to have a hard time of picking that bomb up and finding a bomb site to go to. But the 2 SkyFire players have decided to actually make their way.
They didn't want to protect the bomb at all.
Hey, interesting. I'm not sure if they even knew it was there maybe then. I don't really know.
Should be flashing on their map there.
It should have. However, there were a lot of smokes and flashes down.
And they're both moving towards A. At least if he goes B, they'll know
where to go.
Not at A.
Yeah, but
that'll narrow it down. And
Flicks has no idea, though. He doesn't really know what to think. He's pushing up short.
Can now,
he might be able
we've
to
got
get
Echo watching.
Pilly. No, can't even do that. Echo, he's watching Pilly's back, and that's good teamwork. I like to see that. Watching each other's 6 pretty much.
It is. More his 9 over to his left. But
you know what's? There's nothing more tilting than being in a CSGO game and having 2 people watching the exact same angle and then getting both shut down from behind. And it happens in, you know,
a nice collateral.
Mate, it is the worst feeling in the world, especially when you're there already dead and you've got like maybe 2-3 kills in the round, and then you're just watching your teammates being that special, just both doing the exact same thing. And you're just, it's like you're screaming at your TV in a movie, like a scary movie or something, and you're like, don't go there, you know he's going to be around the corner, or I know he's around the corner. It's not going to work. It's not going to do anything. But they're just still going to just be focused on that one point and get collateral or something like that. So to see the players, you know, watching each other's back, that's a very positive sign that, you know, they've got good communication and they're set up quite well for these sorts of 2v1 situations.
Yeah, that's it. Ren and Stacey down to below 10 each, and Badger has been taken down. Texter will get his noggin knocked off. with that M4A1S. Zeph now taking out Sync. They're just getting demolished here. Flix finally gets one onto Echo. But Zeph will trade back. And Stacy, who started off with 4, he's the last one alive with the Deagle here. Squishy.
4 HP and a nightmare. There we go. One is going to peek him if he found that kill.
Squishy's going to come out now. Thank you.
Yeah. He could have found that kill onto Rem, but you know, with the Deagle, it's not 100% accurate even when you're not moving. It's not specifically right on your crosshair, in the middle of your crosshair. So
unless you're Nico, then you're not going to have a fantastic time.
No. It's definitely a inconsistent gun in its
when
shooting
it works,
action. When it works, man. And some players are insane with it, but at this point, it was just not going to be the case for Stacey, and they're going to be forced down to an eco. I want to keep above maybe 2.5k on all their players, just so they've got enough going to the next round that they can buy up. But I feel like at this point, SkyFire are really starting to step up, and it's impressing me quite a lot. I honestly wasn't expecting this, especially after we stated that DarkSided, this is one of their favorite maps, and right now, maybe not so much.
Yeah, well, yeah, as their best map, this is not what I expected, especially after seeing sort of the first score, 16-1, Avant-Garde versus SkyFire. I was a little bit afraid for SkyFire, but they really shown up after that first round. So right here, I'd assume that it's a technical to... Oh, sorry, not a technical. A tactical to DarkSided, because... We're getting into the 12th round here. They're down by 3, and they can't really buy up. It's a Tech 9 P250 buy, and a rush up mid into Con. Texter taking out Pilly early, and Ren goes down here. Ren picks up Badger with some fire, though. And now Sync onto Zeph. Beautiful work there from the SkyFire team. They didn't lose their composure. And now the bomb's at the A site. It's not planted, though. They couldn't press the buttons as they were being shot.
Look, there's no reason for the CTs to push. They know where the bomb is. They can just hold the angle on it. No need for Squishy to be doing this and risking his life.
Well, he got the information.
He did. He definitely did get information, but it was a much wider peak than you would have wanted, I think, during that situation. Echo comes from A main. He's able to find both frags there. So, in the end, a good sort of bait from Squishy, but I definitely feel like he maybe stepped a little bit further than he needed to get that sort of information, and you know, did risk his life there. If that first Tech 9 shot had landed, for example, it could have either killed him or at least taken him down very low. So it was a risky play, but it worked out in the end. Ren, though, he's going to go for a very quick palace push, but as you can see in your minimap, there's not a single player there. They're all in mid here from this DarkSided lineup, and a very quick first entry from Dick Stacey is going to give them complete control over mid. Those 3 smokes, so effective in pushing all the way up, and now they can do whatever they want. That's why mid control is so impactful on this map. As you were saying, I guess, in our last series, talking about mid, it's such an important aspect of Mirage. Well, you can go anywhere from it. You can go unders, you can go connector, you can go short, you can go ladder room, you can go jungle, you can go wherever you want, back around to T-spawn and then through A main. You know, everything is open to you once you control mid.
And we see so many CT sides, though, in the Oceanic region. They just give up mid to the Ts, and often it's not taken. Mid seems to be not played as much here as internationally. So, DarkSided, see, they could, last round, they just streamed up mid. It didn't work out as they went onto the site. SkyFire, they have command of this map right now, or at least this half. DarkSided, they do have the man advantage in this section here. Full AKs, 5 alive. Only Badger down 9 health. He's sitting on 91. Zeph is down here. The execute coming onto the B site. Pilly picking up Sync. Ran onto Badger. Dick Stacey picks up Pilly, but Pilly's done some damage again. That's what he's done every time. Squishy now left here in the market. Picks up Flix. And now Dick Stacey and Texter are left. Texter picks up one, ties it up. Texter, he's got Squishy as well. Ren's the only one left. He's got an AWP. He's sitting in the smoke here.
They know he's out, but he only needs his pistol. Both players are so low, but he can't find a shot to land, so DarkSided's going to be able to pick that kill up. DarkSided finally get another round on the board. It's taken them a while, but SkyFire, they have won the round no matter what, so even if DarkSided do get the next 2 rounds, they're in the lead, but they definitely want to try and improve that a little bit more. Best case scenario, of course, from here is to go 10-5 up and then only need those 6 rounds to win the map if they want to force it to overpass game 3.
Just reset the economy here and then move
on. I mean, but either which way, no matter which team wins this round, the losing team's going to have their economy in shambles.
SkyFire's not fantastic. They've only got a CZ and a Deagle right now. Famous and UMP. There's no M4 on the side for SkyFire. They have managed an AWP onto Ren. He's going to have to do some major damage with that. He is up in the window, gets
instantly
smoked
dead.
out, and he's shot as well. So, Texture and Flicks, they get kills here, and DarkSided are looking to go on a tear for the end of this half.
Pilly's done all right. Oh, well, Pilly's dead too. I was about to say he's been doing all right with the AWP, but apparently not. And Squishy, he's going to be the last alive, a Deagle and a Dream. And it's going to be a difficult one. Can't find the shots at that long a range. It's so hard to pinpoint the accuracy with the Deagle at that point. But
that's just hope from that from that range.
Texter, though, he'll come in from the side and find that frag, and he's sitting on a comfortable 15 kills.
All right, now this is going to be a shocking force for Team SkyFire.
Last round, it's not good.
I mean, the CZ did work when I don't know why they picked it up and left $1,500 there, but that did work.
It did work. Ren did get that round.
But this time, this time they're forced into it. DarkSided get to spend all their money on AKs and an AWP, which is much nicer.
And a lot of utility as well.
Yeah, try and get themselves back to 8-7 here.
I'm disappointed there's no Zeus's though. As if they didn't pick up a Zeus.
No, we have seen a Zeus kill today as well.
Exactly. Why not more? Come on.
Because it's a ridiculous weapon.
It's an amazing weapon. Are you kidding me?
Absolutely. The most times I see it get used is you buy it at the start of the round and then you use it while you're running off.
Yeah, exactly. Pretty much. And Texas, he's going to open this one up with a headshot frag onto Ren and boost his teammate up into the snipers. And that's going to be Flicks finding Echo. Texas continues on for a kill onto Pilly. And at this point, it's about time that the first half was over. Right now, we see Zeph. He does get one back, but Texas going to close it out there with 3 kills that round. Another 3K from the man. He's doing great work. 18 frags again in the first half of this game. And we'll see if he can't continue that. Meanwhile, Zeph, he's got 12, 11 for Squishy, and Echo, Pilly, and Ren all on 10 kills. And the rest of the DarkSided players are on 9, 6, 6, and 10, respectively. That's Flicks, Dick, Stacy, Badger, and Sync. So
Text to the standout there.
Yeah, he seems to be doing that a lot. And I mean, you look at the SkyFire kills, they're all very consistent. And you look at DarkSided, it's just Texter, and then everyone else has a few here and there. But you don't really need many more when Texter's getting as many kills as he is. But here we go into the pistol round of the second half. A's been completely given up by the CTs. So the terrorists are in a very good position to get that bomb down, get control over CT and A main if they can't. But Dick Stacy, he's going to find 1 kill, make that the second one from Badger as they continue to push up here, the CTs. They had 3 players there, but Echo, he gets 2 of his own. Flicks comes in from A main though, will find Zeph, and Pilly will go down as well. Echo will fall in the end to Texter, and that's going to be the defuse coming in. So a very good retake from the CT side. DarkSided, they also pick up a Tech 9 for their trouble, and they will retain 3 players going to this, a kit as well as 2 people with half armor. But of course, they'll be looking to upgrade that because, you know, you go into a round against Glocks, they can one-tap up close range, they can dink you very low at medium range as well, so they're a dangerous thing. And you can see on the SkyFire side, they've got 4 P250s, which are even a step above. They are much more dangerous to the head, so that head armor is definitely very valuable for the CT side. As you can see, they have...
B-rush stopped here by the...
Yeah, that molly, I was about to say.
By the incendiary, but... watch this spray down by Sync. Picks up 2. Stacey's got 1 on there. Sync's got his 3rd. And now can Sync finish it off with the 4K?
Come on, man.
Get a 2. I'm still kind of confused on the previous round where SkyFire, they were given the site. And then they went, hey, here's all the DarkSided players.
Let's continue facing
storm them.
Yeah.
I would have liked to see them play a little bit more passively.
Well, they did have the man advantage. They had 4 players in CT, whereas DarkSided only had 3, but DarkSided was still able to get all the frags through a double kill. One of the players, I can't remember, I think it might have been Dick Stacy there. So, you know, it's hard when the player gets at least 2 kills, if not 3. It's going to be difficult to find the rest of the frags.
Good flash here, but
Sync only able to find 1. Yeah, traded out for that inferior weaponry. Those 5 AKs coming into effect as SkyFire. They're going to storm the B bomb site here, and there's only 1 player, Badger, to deal with, and he's going to be made easy work with Zeph taking him down. Meanwhile, 3 more players are going to run in. Texter, can he be the hero once again? Find a few frags in a row. He knows one's near Van. He'll find that. That's Ren. 1 should be near Van and 1 on short. He gets a short player. Expects the Van player there. He gets him as well. And Pilly lasts alive. He'll find the headshot. So now it's a 1v1, but he's so low on HP. Flix can almost stick that defuse, but he's choosing not to. He's holding it out.
Away. He's got no kit either.
He doesn't have time for this. Pilly, he doesn't even know that he's won it here, but he has, and that's going to be it. Flix, unless, is there enough time?
Oh, he's picked up the kit.
Is there enough time for the kit? No, that's it.
No.
It's one of those situations. I feel like his teammates would have been coming.
Did it take more than 5 seconds to pick up the kit?
I feel like his teammates would have been coming. Dude, it's on the truck. It's on the truck. It's on the van. It's on the van. He's like, wait, where? I can't find it. Where'd it go? Dude, where is it? So, dude, you know, that happens so often.
Where's my defuse kit?
I swear, man. You go into any AEM game and you say, oh, the AWP's by market door, can you pick it up? And they start walking short. And you're like, really? Is it that hard? I said market door. I said exactly where it is. But no, some people just don't understand basic call-outs.
The question is, did it take more than 5 seconds to actually locate that?
Look, he was pretty close.
Defuse kit.
I feel like if he had, you know, maybe shaven off 1 second, he might have been able to have it. If he had stuck it in the first place, I feel like he might have had it as well, because Pilly didn't really peak.
Pilly peaked. He would have had him. He had 10 seconds ago. Pilly had ample time to knock his head off.
He didn't in the end until much later. Anyway,
yeah, I think he had to do the fake, but I don't know. He might not have had the time anyway, even if he didn't go for it. But it's all speculation. I forgot my stopwatch at home. So, yeah, who knows? But it's 9 apiece. Texter did do huge work as well to drag it back to that 1 apiece.
Yeah.
Texter now. Oh, I think he's seen those people.
Through Palace. Just 1 through smoke. Flix is going to find that second frag. He wide peeks this smoke and gets the second. Texter, he's on another level this weekend, and he's going to find a third. Again, another 3K for the man. Ren, he's last alive. Oh, he is only 2? You're not wrong, but last alive against 3 of the DarkSided players. It's borderline impossible here at this point. It's going to be a tough ask, and Sync will find the headshot there. DarkSided taking the lead this time once again. And SkyFire, their economy is in a bit of a mess. It looks like they might be taking a tactical pause at this point. No admins on stage that I can see. So should be ample time for them to, you know, discuss what's been going on. They've lost quite a few rounds in a row after having won the first half. They'll be looking to improve on that result. And try and work out what DarkSided is doing differently to get back into this game as they have. I mean, at this point, I feel like it's easy to say, it's easy to pinpoint the reason. Texter, he's stepped up once again.
And they've changed sides.
Well, there is that, but, you know, a big aspect is the fact that Texter's just getting 3Ks and 2Ks literally every round. How do you stop that? It's borderline impossible.
Well, you shoot him in the head.
But if you can't, if you're already dead because he shot you first.
Then you're screwed.
Exactly. That's basically what's happening.
Yeah. maybe try nade.
That could be a solution. We'll have to wait and see if they can find some, you know, nades. But, you know, he's playing quite unpredictably. Sometimes he's on the B side. Sometimes he's on A this time around. If I can find out where he is, he's going to be on that A site, playing at triple this time, and it looks like that's where the T's are going for. They're running into Palace here.
Pushed up so hard.
Yeah, the aggressive play, but he gets shut down by those Glocks from Echo and his teammates. They're going to push straight through, and that nade should find the kill there. It will not, but Texter didn't need it. Badger, sorry, didn't need it. Texter once again with another 2K.
Just
Badger
a lazy
as well.
2K there.
26 frags, man, in 21 rounds. This kid is unbelievable. 15 years old. He's better than he's pretty much anyone else at this event.
He's 11. He's 11 above the next.
Yeah.
That is huge. Texture's just gone nuts. And that was like, you didn't even notice him there. And he said, oh, right, he's got 2 kills next to us. Badger picks up Zeph early on here, and Squishy is very low. Dick Stacy's down as well. Texture and Badger are tagged as well, and Ren's tagged. 4 players who are tagged up heavy, and 2 that are pretty good on each side. But SkyFire is on a pistol by here. PG50s and a Deagle remain.
Squishy did find a Juan, so good start from him to get that trade out. But Echo is going to get shut down as well as Ren. Philly brings it back by 1, but it's all up to Squishy. The man has 13 HP. And not a lot to work with here. It should be quite easy for Texture and his teammates to find him. It's going to be Sync in the end who does so. So a very expected round win from DarkSided. You know, it's maybe one of those things where they didn't need to necessarily waste time, or not waste time, but waste their pause. They were going into this round already knowing they were on eco. Why not just literally sit in spawn and talk? You've got enough time. You can buy a couple of pistols just in case the CTs rush you. You can use that time because it's going to be a hard round to win anyway. Why not use it just before you've got the guns, and then you'll be able to say, well, we can actually execute this round and actually put something into place. But I chose to do it.
I don't know. I generally am a fan of teams actually taking their timeouts earlier than you might expect. Get your head in there a little bit more, even if it's for the secondary round, about what you want to achieve from that round for the next one. Just take a little bit of time, because teams often don't take any. But right now, we've got a 2 versus 2 here. The last was Zeph picking up Sync. Flicks onto Zeph, and now DarkSided have the advantage here. You're going to rotate this bomb around to A through Con. There's no one up here. Texas moving through.
That's the bomb down.
Bomb's down. Texas got control of it. And Echo remains. A little bit of a flash. Not too much. Oh, Texas trying to run across.
It was an interesting decision, but Echo is going to find the second on to Flicks as well. 34 HP.
He's got the sight too. Is he going to rotate around?
It's going to be awkward, though, because Badger's on short with the AWP. It's going to be a hard task to get that bomb down anywhere, really.
You can just sneak up behind,
if he gets into
danger
snipers,
box.
Though, he's got 30 seconds he can get to B, but Badger's waiting for him. That's what he's going to opt for. Badger, he's picked up an M4 instead, though.
Moving back around.
18 seconds.
He's not going to know which side. Yeah, he's going A. And he doesn't know which side.
He's made the right decision, though. That 50-50 call, he's made his way towards B. Doesn't know where Echo is going to be playing from in this 1v1 situation. So tense for Echo. He's just sitting behind the bench.
Badger has swapped to an M4 as well.
Yeah. So it'll be good close quarters. Did he spot the head? I don't think he did. He's going to come up close, and Badger coming around the side. The timing of Echo. He turned around at the wrong moment. That's going to be DarkSided getting another round on the ball. Quite a few in a row now. Yeah, they're doing very well getting back into this game.
Yeah, just taking the lead. To the lead now. What was it, 9-6 of the half?
Yeah.
Was it 9-6 of the half?
It was 9-6
SkyFire haven't won
a single round on the T side, and Texter, he's got 27 kills. The man is insane.
It's going to be 9-6. 8-7? I don't know anymore.
Here we go, though. Getting into the 23rd round. What is it that DarkSided will do this time to stop the SkyFire push? At this point, it's a cheeky little smoke coming out of the SkyFire boys onto the balcony, but it doesn't mean that Sync can't get into this corner and just hide and wait. SkyFire, though, not really committed to anything as of yet. Looks like they might go for some set smokes. One player, though, who was in connected, that was Squishy.
Texter with a frag, no way.
What a surprise,
He'll be close to his 30 soon.
Very, very close indeed. He's on 28 right now. And here we go, the B push. Sync, he's still in his position. He's going to find one. He's going to get a second and the spray down onto the third. Doesn't transfer, but his teammate, Dick Stacy's going to clean that one up. And Badger from short will find the last remaining frag. Not losing a single player and very minimal HP loss as well for DarkSided. A very, very strong round there. As now SkyFire, they have to be careful. They force up into this one with all the rifles. You go into 15th round with basically nothing to work with if they're not too careful. They do have max loss bonus, but that isn't enough to full buy if you don't have a little bit in the bank. So
it's just buy up at this stage. You don't want to give them the 15th round either to go to match point.
Yeah.
So just buy up and hope you can take the round. Sync, did he spot Hilly over the fight? He did.
And that's going to be the trade frag there. So both teams down one player. HP in favor of Team SkyFire. No decision has been made. The bomb's been left over at T Apps, really, just outside of there, towards top mid. Dexter is just going to be sort of chilling in snipers. Not really worrying about too much right now, but there is a player pushed up quite significantly into connected. That was Zeph, but he just gets shut down by Badger there with the 5-7. And now we're at a crossroads here. SkyFire, what do? You're down a man and you haven't got an entry pick onto a bomb site. You're about to walk into a 3-man stack with one behind you as well. And that's going to be both frags onto the players in A main. Echo is going to fall as well in the end there after trying to recover from this round. Or not recovered though for Badger, but it doesn't really matter when your economy is as strong as DarkSided is. And SkyFire, they need to force up with everything they've got because they are on a very, very close potential of losing the series.
It's all force from here.
Yeah.
Well, bright side is their economy will be set for the rest of the game if they win this round.
Should be
good.
It's not going to break DarkSided though. That's the problem.
They're going. Oh, nothing's going to break DarkSided. But the push now coming through.
Straight through smoke, one by one. Are you sure?
3, 4. Is he going to get the fourth?
He has to reload here, but if he turns around,
he's still got a lot of health.
Gets the fourth, and can he find the fifth through smoke? No, Squishy's going to do the opposite and remove that chance.
I think he's done enough there, though. Squishy he doesn't have the bomb either. This is not looking fantastic. He's going to have to.
Does have a smoke. You could potentially smoke it off, but it's a dangerous task.
Smoke it off. There's 3 there.
Yeah,
I don't think he's going to get to a position to smoke it off.
The question is, are they going to chase him down, or are they just going to let the time run out? There's 50 seconds remaining.
Well, they got one scout going out here. They've sent out Flicks to try and find him.
You need to do something soon, Squishy. You've got 45 seconds remaining. You don't have the bomb. You're in a 1v4 for your series life.
Just keeps waiting for someone from under. No one's coming for him.
No one's going to... At this point, if they haven't started pushing you aggressively already, then they're probably not going to.
Out. He has to go through the apps. They've
just
got
the only option here.
Set up. 27 seconds left to go.
Stacey in such a good position, but Badger gets 2, and